People often say, everything happens for a reason. But when you're in the middle of a disaster, it's hard to believe, right? Let's explore this idea. One day, a young man, heartbroken and crying, found a wise saint in the forest. "What's wrong?" the saint asked. The young man sobbed. "Robbers took everything I had. Everything is gone. I have nothing left. Not even a way to get home. How can this possibly be for the better? It's the worst thing that could ever happen." The saint listened patiently and said, "Let me tell you a story." He began. Once, a terrible flood swept through a small village, washing away everything in its path. A poor farmer's family lost their home, and even their small store of grain. Seeing his father's despair, the farmer's son said calmly, "It's okay, father, let it go. Whatever happened, happened for good." The farmer exploded with anger. "Foolish boy, how can you say that? We've lost everything. We have no food, no shelter." In his rage, he shouted, "Go away. Leave me alone." The boy, with tears in his eyes, walked away. As evening fell, the farmer began to regret his harsh words. Just then, a rescue boat arrived and saved them from the flooded area. A fellow villager remarked, "You scolded that boy for no reason." He was right. We were saved after all, but the farmer was still unconvinced. Saved? How is this good? We have no home, no food. What will we do now? His wife, a pillar of strength, replied, "We may not have money, but don't lose hope. We'll manage. I'll start working in nearby houses to earn something, and we will survive." The next day, the farmer went to the city to find work. He searched everywhere but found nothing. He worried constantly. How would he care for his family? They were living in a small hut made of straw. Looking at his ruined crops, his despair grew. "My son has left. My home is gone. I've lost everything," he muttered. "And people still say whatever happens is for the best. How can this be good?" His wife consoled him. "Don't worry so much. Try again. Tomorrow. Things will get better." He went back to the city the next day, but again, he found no work. Dejected, he was walking back when he met a saint. The farmer poured out his heart, explaining how the flood had destroyed his life. The saint listened and said, "That's exactly why what's happened was good." The farmer was furious. "How can you say that? I'm suffering. I have nothing. Even my son abandoned me." The saint calmly replied, "The answers to all your questions will come with time. Just be patient." That night, the farmer couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the saint's words. Could it be true? Could there be a silver lining to all this suffering? A few days later, his luck changed. He found a job at a rich merchant's house. The merchant was kind, paid him well, and even offered him a small house to live in. Light was finally looking up. One evening, there was a knock on his door. When he opened it, he was stunned. It was his son. "Father, you moved and didn't even tell me," his son said, smiling. "I've been searching for you. After I left, I went to the city to find work. I started with a small job, saved every penny, and eventually opened my own little tea stall. I've built a good life for myself." The farmer hugged his son, tears of joy streaming down his face. In that moment, he finally understood. Life had a much bigger plan. A plan that only time could reveal. The flood, the loss, the separation, it all led to this reunion and a better future. After finishing the story, the saint turned to the young man. "Okay," the young man said. "I understand the story. But in my case, my things were stolen. What good could possibly come from that?" The saint smiled. "Actually, while you were on your way here, I found something in the forest." He held out a small, glowing stone. "Here! Take this!" The young man's eyes widened in disbelief. It was a philosopher's stone, the legendary stone that could turn iron into gold. He realized, if my things hadn't been stolen, I wouldn't have been so desperate. I wouldn't have come into this forest. I wouldn't have met you. And I wouldn't have found this incredible treasure. So, what's the lesson here? No matter how bad things seem, Time has a way of changing everything. Painful moments pass. The key is to never make a hasty decision in a bad time that you'll regret later. Sometimes, even the worst situations are just a detour, leading you to something far better than you could have ever imagined. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.